The magic of a burger is how simple it is. It can't be complicated, it can't be like crazy. A simple burger is a fantastic burger. However, that doesn't mean we can't take a few artistic liberties. We can say artistic liberties when it comes to burgers, right?
Liberty.
Totally. Liberty. Liberty. Liberty, liberty.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Wrong show. However, this show, I'm going to show you guys something really, really fun with pork. It is not a burger, it is a slider. We'll get into that later. It's going to be fantastic. Let me show you how to do it. Let's get started with one of our condiments. So I have some shredded carrots. You can shred this on your own, but just go ahead and buy it shredded. It's fine. Let's go ahead and add all of that. Now I also have some green onions. Now carrots and green onions are magical together, so let's slice those green onions. Let's do some of the greens and the whites, nice and thin, and add those to our carrots. To this, I'm also gonna add just a bit of sesame oil. Now remember, sesame oil is pretty potent. A little goes a long way. You don't need a ton. It's maybe about a teaspoon. Maybe you can go to half a teaspoon-ish. I've also got some rice vinegar. This is gonna give us a good bit of acidity. Having a well-balanced flavor profile in all of your condiments goes a long, long way. I'm also gonna add just a bit of sesame seeds. It's the tricolor one. I just think they're pretty. Really nice for presentation. And a touch of tamari. Tamari, it's gluten-free soy. It has a much richer flavor, in my opinion, but it's basically giving us this beautiful liquid that is going to saturate both the carrots and the green onions. Now we're gonna let this sit while we get everything else finished. Oh, it smells amazing. That sesame oil tamari blend, amazing.
The sesame oil is highly aromatic, I love it.
Right? So good. You can smell from over there?
Oh yeah.
All right, good on you. All right, let's talk about, what should we do next? Pork? Let's do the pork next. So I have some ground pork. Ground pork is pretty versatile, but here's something, we mentioned it in the intro, stay in there. We mentioned in the intro, this is not technically a burger. A burger has to be beef, if you want to be traditional and authentic about it. So this is more of a patty. So to this, I'm gonna add some of that tamari. Another thing I would not do to beef, I wouldn't add a bunch of stuff to beef. I wouldn't do it. I'm also gonna add some garlic powder to this. Now this is just to bolster up that flavor of the pork, because we don't have, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this tamari. We don't have all the fat. Beef has all that beautiful, stunning fat. We don't have that here. I'm gonna wait on the salt, but I am gonna add some coarse pepper. And let me throw my gloves on, and we'll give this a mix. Yeah, so with beef, you have a ton of flavor from the fat. That flavor changes as it hits the heat, but with pork, you don't have that. It's a good bit more lean. I would do the same thing with chicken or turkey. I would mix things into it, but when it's beef, I probably wouldn't. So let's give this a mix. Now we're mixing all of that tamari, not soy. If you've never had it before, if you're a fan of soy sauce, it should be right next to it in your grocery store. Give tamari a try. It's really, really great. All right, let's get a nice even mix here. And we're gonna make little balls. Now I'm probably gonna stay in like the 2-ounce range. We don't wanna go too big here. We want nice, small little meatballs because we're gonna go onto some slider buns. So if they're too big, it's just gonna be hanging over the sides. We can always adjust our seasoning later, but that's essentially what we're looking for. Look at that. Little meatball. There you go, boom. Let's go ahead, we'll get these gloves off. Before these go onto the griddle, I do want to work on a sauce. Now these are gonna cook really fast. You guys have made smash burgers before. They cook extremely quick. So my sauce, 2 ingredients, maybe 3. Let's see how I feel in a second. I'm gonna start with some mayo down at the bottom of my bowl. Let's do a decent little amount there. And I'm also gonna add some sweet red chili. So this is that like Thai chili sauce. Todd Tobin uses this stuff a lot. It's fantastic. It gives a nice sweetness, only a very mild little bit of heat. I mean, it says chili, but don't think like crazy spicy. You know what? I'm also gonna hit just a bit of tamari. Just a skosh. I feel good about that. All right, let's give this a mix. And our sauce is done. I mean, this is one of those simple sauces where essentially you're not having a ton of ingredients, just a few ingredients make a really big impact. Oh yeah. Wow, so good. You know what?
I could use some sesame oil. Just kidding.
We could use more tamari. We could use a touch more tamari. I just want to bring out a little bit more saltiness. Just a skosh. Gives it a really nice color too. Is tamari the word of the episode, CJ? Am I going to see that in the comments down below?
I won't be able to.
Maillard, Paillard, and tamari?
Tamari.
Until tamari?
Sorry. Can I take that back?
Nope, no you can't. All right, it's time. Let's get these pork balls on the griddle. I'm at medium heat or so. Let's add just a bit of oil and those meatballs. Now today I have my smasher and some parchment paper just to make it nice and easy so that you don't miss out on a perfectly lifted little smashed patty. Now once we get those on there, I want to start sizzling. You really want that Maillard reaction. I am going to hit it with just a touch of salt. Let's say 2 minutes per side. Then we're gonna give it a flip. Now there's no cheese, we're not doing anything else to this. We just want crusty, beautiful, crisp, little patties of gorgeous pork. Look at that. You know, you could toast your buns if you want to, just a nice light golden crust. I am using sliders, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I'm using sliders today because they're nice and small. It gives us a more petite, little, cute little appetizer, or we eat 3 or 4 of them. And it's dinner, I suppose. So let's separate the buns from the top, the bottoms.
Well.
The bottoms from the tops, soggy bottom boys.
Hey.
Wrong set.
Come on.
Wrong show.
But I am a man of
All
consequence.
right, I'm gonna take some of my sauce. Let's sauce the bottoms first. Oh, it smells so good. That sesame tamari blend really does some amazing stuff.
I'm finally excited to eat one of your dishes.
Finally, this guy. Any cameramen out there? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, that looks good. Should we go? Oh, second star of the show, kimchi. If you have never had kimchi, it's amazing. Fermented, kind of spicy, beautiful cabbage. It's truly magical.
The term fermented really grosses me out.
Oh, it shouldn't. It smells so good.
It tastes good.
So good. It's gonna complement that savory pork wonderfully. So let's go ahead and put just a small little bit. You don't need a ton because it's not a giant patty. Now remember, we talked about balance. If you add too much kimchi, then the kimchi flavor takes over. And that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for balance. No matter what you're making, always consider the balance of your flavors across the entirety of the dish. There we go. A little bit more in this guy. It's crunchy, spicy. It's a good one. Ethan, have you ever had kimchi?
No, I haven't.
Get ready to live, bud. All right, let's get over to the griddle. Let me grab my spatula. We'll go with, we'll just do, whoa, hey now. We'll do one at a time. Woo, come on. There we go. I'm gonna go one at a time here, right on top. Remember, we didn't go too gigantic with our patties because we had sliders. We don't have the big ones. If you wanna double this recipe, you can make a much bigger patty, but that's not what we're doing today. So make sure you don't go over the top. Ooh, the top. CJ,
wow, dude, slow down, guy.
You slow down. Oh man. Oh gosh. We're winning already, but we are not finished. Now let's talk about some of our other garnish. Those carrots. Don't forget about those carrots and green onions.
They're good for your eyes.
Oh, it smells so good. Now I want to take a little, CJ, can you see in there? We have a lot of this liquid that is kind of marinating and sitting in. We don't want to get rid of all of that, so we're not holding it to the side and then draining it off. I want a little bit. So we can let it just kind of go right over the top, and some of that liquid will fall down. Now this is going to give us some crunch, some different kinds of savory flavors, and some color, and that onion flavor as well. So right on top, just like that. And I'm getting excited about this one. I hope you love this one as much as I do, CJ.
I'm betting I will.
I'm hoping you do.
Minus that fermented talk.
The fermented talk gotcha?
Yep.
That's what gotcha? Oh, I didn't do a good job cutting that green onion there, did I?
I'm sure you did not. I didn't want to point it out.
Yeah.
Seeing as how this is your
No,
show.
you did want to point it
And I
out.
would respect the rules and boundaries of one's show.
I wasn't gonna, but I changed my mind because I wanna. A little more sauce. And top this little beauty. Boom, right there. A little more sauce. And top. Let it spill over the sides a little bit. This one's gonna be a little messy. You know, we have some of that drippy sauce, and we have some of that liquid from our carrots. Oh man. All the yeses. Let's plate this up and gander at the majesty that we just created. I mean, it's not technically a burger. It is a slider. It is a pork kimchi.
Fermented slider.
There's the title. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Savory, crunchy. We have a little bit of acidity from that rice vinegar. Do I have it on my face?
Nah, dude.
I'm not doing it right then. Whoa. This is not your typical slider. This is something else. This is something better. This is something more fun. If you find yourself in a burger rut, get out of the rut. Make something super fun. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I like taking stuff that we're used to, stuff we've made a million times, and just taking it a little step further, playing, elevating. Elevating. Give this one a try. I hope you love it. Find this recipe at blackstoneproducts.com. Don't forget to go to griddlenation.com for some fun Blackstone swag. If you haven't yet, clip it.
Do it.
The subscribe button down below. I'm verklempt. It's all that umami happening.
That's what's
All that umami. We didn't talk about umami.
Why in the world?
Another episode. We'll talk about umami another time. Click the subscribe button and the little bell icon and make sure you get a notification every time I post a video. Check out CJ's show, Betty's show, Todd's show, Bruce's show, Destination Delicious. But this is Cook, Eat, Repeat, where we help you become a better cook one recipe at a time. That was super fast. I'm gonna slow it down. See you guys in the next video.